Breaking news as Cliff Omoruyi has announced that he is committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Talked about it this morning. This is monumental. This is the news that you wanted. This is the biggest news that has taken place in college basketball. I think in the transfer portal pickups, this was it. This is what you absolutely wanted for the Alabama basketball team, is to be able to land Cliff Omoruyi. And we all know that Alabama absolutely needed a rim protector. He is the guy who is going to come in and fill that void. Last year, that's all Alabama was missing. Let's not get it twisted. This team needed a rim protector, not a big body, a rim protector. There is an absolute difference. Today, Cliff Omoruyi announcing that he's committed speaks volumes for many different reasons. Number one, guess where he just visited? North Carolina. What is synonymous with North Carolina? Basketball, right? When you think of college basketball, you think of the big programs, right? Duke. You think of North Carolina. You think of, the great runs that some of these programs have had. But Omoruyi commits to Alabama, so that shows you just how great of a position Nate Oates has Alabama basketball. 1,000,000%. He has Alabama basketball here. And now when you think about the hypothetical roster, my goodness, if you really want to, shake the internet down, how about Mark Sears coming back? And from what I see, it seems like that is also a possibility in due time. But with Omoruyi, you start to look at the roster, whether it's going to be, LeBaron Philon at the 1. Is it going to be Aiden Holloway at the 2? I don't know. Is it going to be one or the other? You got Wrightsell coming back. You got Grant Nelson coming back. This team is absolutely loading up in every sense of the word. This is a monumental day for the Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team. This is the biggest transfer portal news that is going to take place. I don't care if you get a football commit in here. I think that would be another icing on the cake for everything that revolves around the University of Alabama. But in terms of actually impactful news, man, things are going so well for Alabama, the overall brand inside the transfer portal. You look at the basketball front, this is gigantic. And then you look on the football front, what Coach Kalen DeBoer has also been able to do has been very impactful as well. So what you're getting today in Omoruyi is a player who can bang. He's a rim protector, ultra talented, of Nigerian descent. You look at the greats, over the course of time, guys who, have come out of there, you think like way back to if you play Tecmo Bowl, right? You think to the Nigerian Nightmare. Anybody know who that is? Keem Olajuwon, I believe he was out of there as well. So just a tremendous pickup. I can't even imagine Nate Oates, right now and how he's feeling because, you went toe-to-toe with Georgetown. You went toe-to-toe with North Carolina. You went toe-to-toe with Kansas State. But the one thing that Nate Oates has is confidence. And he has every right to have that confidence factor. And I love the way that he balances that confidence factor with still remaining that blue-collar mentality, because even though Alabama basketball is here, I don't think that, he's done. He's not done. He still wants to eat. He still wants to perform at the highest level. And Jermaine, so the way that I understand this about the NIL is with Omoruyi, he can't be paid through NIL because he is basically on a visa. So I'm sure, a great reporter, that writes out content will be able to explain that better than I can, man. But yeah, that is, what's absolutely happening. Huge pickup today for the Alabama Crimson Tide on the basketball front. Let me ask you this. In terms of, we always do things in scaling, right? 10 being the most impactful, 1 being the lowest. Is this a 10 in terms of what Alabama was able to add to the basketball roster? Is this a 10 for you in terms of what Nate Oates has been able to do? Man, just monumental news, really pumped up. I'm out running errands today and, just wanted to pop on. I was like, when is, because that was the thing, is nobody, look, just in beautiful Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa's lit. I'm going to say it's like 11. And Fred, you're absolutely right. I think everybody continues to get scared about Alabama basketball because I think there was a point in time where they thought that, Alabama basketball, oh, they had a really good run. They made it to the Final Four. Some people don't even know that, that this team is here to stay. Nate Oates getting that gigantic contract. Greg Byrne continues to crush it, and people love Kalen DeBoer. It's only a matter of time until he starts winning. But it's a reality that Alabama basketball makes a push for a national championship, something that has never happened before. I appreciate the super chat, Fred Turner. Thank you so much. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most excited, how excited are you for this Alabama basketball roster, right? It's crazy. In the whole world of basketball, it was like, man, Nate Oates, he's here. Alabama basketball is here. Look, I don't know when it's going to happen, but build that arena, get that arena built, and, good things are going to continue to happen here with the Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team. But man, just breaking news today. What are you excited about, with this basketball team? When you kind of look at the outside in, you're excited that Grant Nelson is coming in. That was huge. And now we're just kind of waiting. If you're an Alabama basketball fan, we're just waiting right now for Mark Sears. Mark Sears comes in and he comes back. It is going to be so crazy with what, could happen with Alabama basketball. It's just really remarkable that you go after a target that you need and you're able to get them. Transfer portal works out, so well for Alabama, not only in football, in basketball as well. Gigantic pickup as people jump on right now. Clifford Omoruyi has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Just a monumental pickup for Nate Oates and this Alabama basketball team. Overall, what he's been able to do, not only on the hardwood, but in the transfer portal. He's somebody that works the transfer portal. He absolutely worked it. And what's crazy is you talk about some of the other guys that are behind him. I talked about it this morning, Diabate. You got Jaren Stevenson, who's testing the NBA, but I think he's going to come back as well. A lot of people don't know that he's 6'11". So you have him, you have Grant Nelson. Grant Nelson came on very strong against North Carolina, ate him up as well. And I think some of the guys that transferred out, look, this is just my opinion right here, but I think those guys kind of, were, I don't know how to say this, but, had to go other places because they weren't going to play here at Alabama. I even think like a Rylan Griffin, right? And he landed up at Kansas. You look to a Nick Pringle. Those are guys that we kind of expected to hit the transfer portal, even though they did a really good job for Alabama. I just think that this roster is going to be so talented. And I think with Omoruyi, he's going to be able to fit in really nicely in terms of the transition defense because Alabama basketball, as you know, up-tempo, likes to push it, and you need somebody that can get back and play the entire court. And Omoruyi, I think, is going to be that guy. Watch his highlights. Super, super aggressive. This is a gigantic pickup for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Monumental day overall, and I want to get your take on Big Cliff Omoruyi committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. As news happens, we got you posted right here at Bama Football on YouTube. Breaking news and a monumental pickup as Omoruyi has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. I will catch up with you soon as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube.